Assalamu alaikum and welcome to AppSec's online support program. I hope you all are doing well and gathering the blessings of Ramadan. This is your history teacher from APS Fort Road, Milwing Boys, and today I'll be guiding you about your assignment of week 6, that is for class 7. Starting with the hadith of the day, the Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, said, "The first of a man's deeds which he will be brought to account for on the day of resurrection will be Salah. If it is found to be perfect, he will be safe and successful. But if it is incomplete, he will be unfortunate and a loser." Dear students, as you know that being Muslims, it is part of our faith that will be resurrected on the day of judgment and will be held accountable for all the deeds that we are doing in this life. So the first question that will be asked from us on the day of judgment will be about our salah, our prayer. So we must complete our prayers in order to be successful on the day of judgment. Now coming back to your history book, as you know that it is divided into different themes, and the first theme which you have already read is about world history. Now the second theme is started and it is Islamic history, and under this theme you're going to learn two chapters. There are going to be two chapters, that is the Umayyad dynasty and the Abbasid dynasty. Now you must remember that in previous class you learned about the dawn of Islam, starting with the time of Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, and the four rightly guided caliphs. Now after that the Umayyad dynasty begins, so you're going to learn about the Umayyad and Abbasid dynasty in this class, and in the next class you will learn about the Ottoman Empire, the post-colonial era, and its impact on the Muslim world. Now, in the previous week, you learned about the background of and foundation of the Umayyad dynasty, the expansion and consolidation of Muslim state, and the conquest of Sindh. Let's do a quick recap about the background of the Umayyad dynasty. As you know that there were two most prominent tribes in Quraysh. They were Banu Hashim and Banu Umayyah. And you must remember that Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, he belonged to Banu Hashim. While the third caliph of Islam, that is Hazrat Usman Razila Talanhu, he belonged to Banu Umayyah. And during his time, he appointed Amir Muawiyah, who was the son of Abu Sufyan, as the governor of Damascus. So when Hazrat Usman was martyred, Hazrat Ali Razila Talanhu, he became the next caliph. He was under immense pressure by Amir Muawiyah to avenge the death of Hazrat Usman Razila Talanhu. So he made a peace treaty, a peace agreement with Amir Muawiyah. As a result of this, he acknowledged the rule of Amir Muawiyah in Syria, Egypt, and some other areas in the west. Now, after Hazrat Ali Razila Talanhu was martyred, Amir Muawiyah refused to accept his son, Hazrat Hassan Razila Talanhu, as a caliph. And Hazrat Hassan Razila Talanhu, because he was a very peaceful person, he did not like to shed the blood of innocent Muslims. So he made a peace treaty with Amir Muawiyah, and as a result, he took over the caliphate. And thus began the Umayyad dynasty. It established in 676 CE and it lasted for another 90 years. So during this time of Umayyad dynasty, the Muslim state continued to expand, and it encompassed the Middle East, parts of India, North Africa, and Spain. And then you learned about the conquest of Sindh, the events that led to the conquest of Sindh. You learned about that in the previous week. Now the objectives of this lesson are: you're going to learn about the conquest of Spain. You will know more about other conquests of Umayyad dynasty, and you will be able to describe the development of Islamic art and culture. Now these are the topics for this week: the conquest of Spain, further conquest, and the spread and zenith of the Islamic civilization and culture. Conquest of Spain, Al-Andalusia. Spain was also known as Al-Andalusia, and it was a country of great historical importance. It was mostly led by feudal lords. So the native people, especially the Jews, they were oppressed by these feudal lords. So the Umayyad governor Musa bin Nasser, he received a complaint from a nobleman, Count Julian of Ceuta, about the misconduct of Visigoths King Rodriguez. So he sent Tariq bin Ziyad with an army of 7,000 men to defeat the king. Tariq bin Ziyad's army arrived in Gibraltar in 711 CE. They fought very bravely and defeated the army of King Rodriguez. The Muslim army received a decisive victory at the Battle of Guadalete at Gibraltar, Spain in 19 July 711 CE. The Spanish forces could not fight back, and hence Tariq bin Ziyad almost conquered the entire Spain. The oppressed peasants of Al-Andalusia came to welcome the Muslim army. The Muslims established a new government system of justice and equality there, where everybody was free to practice their own religion.